9:40, the woman who got ejected from the Lakers-Hawks game in Atlanta Monday after she cussed out LeBron James, now singing a different tune, perhaps, Wisdom.
Yeah, perhaps. All right, but first, we start with this, a developing story involving country music star Morgan Wallen caught on tape using a racial slur. TMZ's Charles Latibeaudiere, he's here this morning with more on both stories. So, Charles, good morning to you. Let's start with the country music star. What happened here?
Yeah, Wisdom, this is a real, well, I'll tell you what's happening for Morgan right now is immediate backlash from the country music radio stations and other country music stars. So we should set the table here that Morgan is the biggest thing in country right now, has had the #1 album for, I think, at least 4 weeks, and has broken records that the country music hasn't seen since Garth Brooks. So he's at the pinnacle of his career. But he went out Sunday in Nashville with some friends, clearly had some drinks, and when he was being dropped off was really loud outside of his home for several minutes. They were honking horns, they were yelling, woke up a lot of people in the neighborhood. So some people started recording what was going on. And we're told in this neighborhood that some of the neighbors say this happens a lot with Morgan. So they were recording, and they happened to hear him saying goodbye to his friends. He used several curse words, and then he used a racial epithet. He used the N-word. Now, he wasn't hurling it at anyone in particular. He was more saying it, let's put it this way, it's almost as if he was a rapper. Like, in his mind, he thought he was a rapper. But he yelled it. Everyone in the neighborhood heard it. And so the video was really shocking for a guy who's, like I said, at the pinnacle of his career. There are country music stations that have immediately removed him from their playlist this morning. He's been taken off of some streaming services. And a lot of other country music stars, Kelsea Ballerini, among them, spoke out last night about this incident. And there's some debate as to whether or not this is just an isolated incident or something that has happened before, and that he's just sort of been protected in the country music arena. So,
you know, Charles, it's interesting. You know, when you talk about this, the reason I bring this up is obviously this is a guy. First of all, he had many chances. The whole SNL thing, when he got kicked off SNL, he ended up getting a second chance there. So now he does this. Immediately is getting canceled by the radio stations that play his music. But then you look at somebody like the NASCAR racer who did the same thing a year ago, and now he ends up signing with a better team. He's still going to be racing in the biggest races. Does the same thing happen to Morgan Wallen down the road, or is this?
I think it depends on how people accept his apology. And he, by the way, when we posted this video last night, his team did say that Morgan, you know, it feels very badly about this. He understands that he has to do better, and he will do better. You know, I think it's going to depend on how people accept his apology and what his behavior is like going forward. Everybody deserves second chances. It's just, you know, the public has to decide whether they feel you're sincere about it, and usually you will get a second chance, but you know that's what people will be waiting and watching to see from Morgan.
Okay.
Wisdom, you are a big Lakers fan.
Yes, I'm a very big Lakers fan.
You like LeBron.
I like LeBron James.
You love drama on the court.
I love drama on the court.
You're getting all of it this week.
Absolutely. Clearly, this lady who was yelling at LeBron, well, I don't know if she likes drama, but she's got it, Charles.
Well, she's definitely got drama now because Juliana Carlos and her husband that's the couple that was in Atlanta a couple nights ago when the Lakers were playing the Hawks. And apparently LeBron has, I guess you call it, a relationship with her husband that every time he has been to Atlanta, this guy gives him the business. He's kind of, I guess you could say he's like Atlanta's version of Spike Lee, just not as famous.
Or anything close to Spike Lee, but that's okay. He's got courtside seats.
He's known to LeBron, and they've had this relationship. But for whatever reason, the other night when they were there and he and LeBron started jawing at each other, his wife stepped in, and then she really went over the top. They got kicked out, and she posted a video afterward using all kinds of swear words to describe the interaction with LeBron. But she apologized now, and she didn't acknowledge, she never said anything about the fact she was drinking. A lot of people assumed that's what was happening, but she said she went too far. She should have, shouldn't have used that language. Should have taken the high road. She said, look, sports is all about trash talk, so there's nothing wrong with that. But I took it too far, and I apologize for that. So she's taking responsibility, and she said, she said, my natural instincts to stand up for my man kicked in. I should have just let it go.
So, Charles, here's the bottom line with courtside Karen here. I almost hate to admit it, but, this is social media 2021. I went and looked at her gram since she's such an influencer. She's still only at about 70,000 followers. So does she become a bona fide superstar in 2021, or do we forget about courtside Karen?
I guess it depends on the next time LeBron comes to Atlanta, right? Everyone, now the next time, it's weird. Like, the next time he's in Atlanta, that's what people are going to be looking at. That's what people are going to be looking for. Are the Carloses there, and is there going to be an interaction with LeBron? Does LeBron come over and say something to them? So will she become a superstar? Probably not. But in Atlanta, they'll definitely know her.
Yeah, I think she's going to try to make the rounds. You know how this goes. Somebody does something crazy, they start making the rounds.
I had an idea for real courtside wives of Atlanta.
I love it. I love it.
Or you could just do it around the whole country.
The whole league. How about that? That's a great. You know what? You know what? Go ahead, Steve. Talk to him. I'm patting that idea.
I got your title on the wood.
Yeah, Charles. I just stole your idea, Charles.
That's all right. That one's for free. You got it.
Charles Latibeaudiere with the knowledge and a good idea this morning. Thank you,
Knowledge.
Charles. Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
All right.